How to start online business without money. If anyone did it, how it went. Any experience or tips are appreciated. Without any cash, your best bet is to work for free for someone who's killing it in the business model you'd like to pursue. I recommend sending 10 Instagram video DMs every day to those kinda PPL, introducing yourself and asking a question about their business. After you make friendly conversation for a couple days, tell them you love the opportunity to work for them for free. If you're under 25, this works incredibly well since successful entrepreneurs love to help hungry young GS come up. Dropshipping sounds like it may be for you. Find a product on AliExpress, copy the pictures, post them up on eBay with a healthy markup so you gain a profit after eBay fees. Once it sells, go buy it off AliExpress, input the customer's address, and once the tracking is there, post to eBay. Not too hard, no money needed, and you should be able to squirrel away the profits for a better opportunity. Not exactly no money, but I started my first business at 17 with the only $50 I had. Today at 22, I did $107,000 in profit for 2020. I had a marketable skill though in a niche industry that was fairly underserved in 2017 though. If I tried to start today, it'd be 10x harder. If you're cash strapped, you need to figure out ways to generate buzz and leads for free. That's building your brand, landing page, using social media, viral content, and SEO to drive traffic to whatever products or services you're selling. Sign up for Facebook, Google, etc. advertising accounts. You usually get $50 to $100 for free in ad credit that you can use to scale up. Do this after your landing pages are optimized. Try to make it so that you get into some sort of loop where more purchasers lead to more purchasers down the road. So for products, that's getting positive reviews. For services, that might be getting past customers to refer. I started my drop servicing businesses, reselling digital services, with less than $100. All you need is a domain, website, and hosting. You can do free marketing tactics like personalized email, cold calling, and social media messages. Reinvest in paid ads for scaling and SEO for long-term traffic. Well, it's very hard to start a business with literally zero money. You should need at least a few bucks to buy a domain and host a website. After you've done that, it's actually quite doable as long as your fixed costs are very low or zero. I started my first business with no out-of-pocket expenses. I printed some black and white flyers and knocked on doors, businesses, offered to build custom computers and do computer service. This was in the 90s. I literally had just built my first computer days before my first customer, and prior to that I had never owned a computer. Average profit per computer back then was about $600, and at the peak I was building 150 computers a month. I was able to load several computers at a time with an old Switchbox KVM. It's not impossible, it just requires some drive and motivation to make it happen. Started with less than $5 in cash and some maxed out credit cards and student loan debt. Used the $5 to buy a broom and a mop and bucket from the Dollar Tree. Got a few cleaning jobs, got better stuff, etc. 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 I made $50,000 last month. You can teach yourself how to build websites, YouTube plus WordPress, and then start building them for clients, straight up cold call local businesses, for just the cost of hosting, $50 to $100 for the first year for most hosting providers. Clients also typically pay all or at least half prior to starting the website, giving you some extra leeway when you need to buy additional tools. Focus on one thing. For example, I am in the SMMA business model and recently hit the 6-figure yearly run rate. The reason is because I didn't try to do dropshipping, learn real estate, learn wholesaling, or any of that other shit. Just do one thing and block out all the other noise. A lot of people overlook this. I started an online surf shop 2 years ago. First I started reposting local surf-related content, and then producing it by myself. When the Instagram account growed big enough, I asked my dad for money in order to make some t-shirts to sell. The people kinda liked the t-shirts, not too much sales the first time. Then I partnered up with a friend to help me with the business, and it started growing more and more. Now we sell skateboards, surfboards, and merch. The key is to really like what you are doing to keep working on it. Also, I study digital marketing strategies and business strategies a lot. That helps. If you haven't no money, then no. It's impossible. You'd at least need to buy a computer to start an online business, along with a domain and somewhat negligible costs like hosting. If you can afford Netflix, you can afford hosting. More likely, you mean not much extra money. In which case, it's extremely possible. Your limiting factor won't be money. For most people, it will be discipline. I became a jack of all trades and taught myself coding, SEO, graphic design, and so forth. It didn't happen overnight, but it did happen over many years of nights and weekends reading, learning, trying and failing. Zero money or not much money. I started a business that made me a good six-figure income for many years. That business started with £600 I borrowed from my mom. My eBay sales were strong, but not strong enough to be able to afford a Shopify site, so I learned how to make my own website. Whenever I needed to do something SEO, PPC, product photos, etc., I had to figure it out myself. This was a decade ago, so competition wasn't quite so tough, but you can still bootstrap things. Anyway, I slowly built up that brand into a well-respected and successful artisan tea brand. I then created a lifestyle tea which became a pioneering brand for a whole category. This made me a lot of money, and eventually I was able to sell that brand, just as the sales were starting to plummet as the market was ridiculously saturated. It's definitely possible to still build up businesses if you're willing to work. However, I made many sacrifices which I now realize weren't always worth it. I lived with my parents, even after I could afford to leave, simply so I could reinvest in my business. I didn't take a single day off for 6 years and had a 1-week holiday. If you have zero money, sell things on eBay. People love to hate on eBay and criticize it. However, you can learn a lot about writing compelling copy and taking good product pictures. People make excuses or claim you need lots. You don't. You just need to work hard. Don't worry about feeling like you've lost your spark. I have a great life. I live in a beautiful house, have 2 amazing kids, and am sometimes proud of what I've achieved in the past. Yet, I still wake up most days with anxiety, tell myself I'm the stupidest person alive, question why I've wasted my life, and am constantly filled with imposter syndrome. However, after about 10 years of daily meditation, which I'd recommend, I can generally acknowledge those feelings and just get on with what I need to do to achieve my goals. Even when I've been super successful, I still felt like a fraud. Some people, at least, appear to be super calm and confident, but who knows what's going on inside their head? I'm not one of those people, but this is what has made me be successful in the past. Start a niche page on Instagram. Post regularly. Once you start getting followers, you can create your own website selling stuff related to the niche, or you can promote other people's product on your page for a fee. Make money without using money, however it takes time. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you won't be able to start a business without money. You'll need at least a little money, or you'll need a loan or some sort of funding. With that out of the way, start online business is too vague. There are endless opportunities to start your own business online. Part of starting a business is creating an offer or product that not only are you passionate about, but also something that could interest consumers. I'd suggest starting out by writing out things that you're passionate about or interested in. It really can be anything. Then draw ideas from those passions about ways you could potentially monetize them. If you generate ideas from this, start researching the market, your consumers, competitors, and ultimately what would go into getting it started. Use Craigslist, Facebook, or whatever platform to start selling services you can do with your hands, like landscaping, painting, digging. You'd be surprised how good the money is in shitty work if you work for yourself and contract it out to other companies. Owning a small business is all about knowing what to do. OP, if you don't know where to start, you should reach out to someone that has an e-commerce business and learn from them what it takes and everything they do to run it. It's a lot more than just a product and shipping it with a website. The reason you're getting made fun of is because it's not easy to do what most small business owners and entrepreneurs do. So when someone like you comes and asks basic questions that you can easily Google and find starter resources on YouTube, it's hard to give real advice other than, do some more research and learning lol. GL, but if you're looking for passive income or some easy way to make a ton of money without startup capital, it's not happening. You need to know a lot, and there are plenty of resources out there. I haven't done it, but a friend did. And without money should be without a lot of money because nothing is free. At the very least you're going to have to pay for domain name and setting up the website. Essentially, you find the products you're going to sell and post them on your site and start advertising somehow. Only thing that wouldn't cost money is your own social media site. Everything else you gotta pay. So when you get your first order, you take the money and buy the item and have it shipped to them. You essentially just facilitate the transfer. I am 99% sure this is how most furniture websites work. You send them money, they take their cut and then pay for the item from the manufacturer and pay a shipping company to get it to you. Some manufacturers require large orders or contracts. Essentially, they don't sell directly to the public, and single items, furniture, and large item MFGs typically fall into this category. To get started, you could launch your site no product on hand, and when you get enough dollar to place the order, start your inventory. I.EA website sells chairs for $5, but you have to buy 100. You wait until you have $500 in revenue from orders to place the bulk order, and that starts your inventory. Edit because I reread it and it was half-assed, so I added as much detail as possible. I woke and boke this morning. Ask questions if not clear. You can buy doing drop shipping using Facebook Marketplace only and various groups in Facebook. Look for a customer, then find the product, then rise and repeat. I found a particular product that became a high ticket for me for a short while. I asked the buyer's infos, then asked them to pay ahead, then forwarded the payment to the seller/supplier and repeat. I never had a stock of my own, I just kept forwarding the orders. You can sell a service with literally zero money, but you need at least $100 to $200 to sell a product. Preferably at least $5,000 unless you have all of the following: A, an incredible product that fills a need. B, requires little to no development. C, you can bootstrap it yourself with regular materials. Thanks for watching and being on the road to Reddit Millionaire with us. So, does one really need any money to start a business? What is your opinion on this one? Let us know. Until next one.